Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. Today we have the Extreme Rules 2020 DVD review, and this was dubbed the horror show at Extreme Rules. And yeah, it turned out to be an absolute horror show from various podcasts and shows I've listened to. Overall, I like the logo change. Love the color scheme. The cover is decent. It seems like things are, finally changing without having a million people on the cover. So that's a plus. But this show was not the greatest. This might be the final pay-per-view from the Performance Center. And what a blessing in disguise that Performance Center has been. But let's be honest here, these shows were absolutely atrocious over the past few months. So, of course, we got, Hillbilly Bray Wyatt on the cover, Sasha Banks, Strowman, who was the Universal Champion, Asuka, the WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre. Asuka's actually the Raw Women's Champion at this show. And Apollo Crews, who didn't even compete on this card. So that's my biggest complaint, is having Apollo Crews on the cover. And he didn't even compete during the show due to COVID-19 testing. And again, they debuted a new U.S. title a couple of weeks before this show. You think they would want to put that on the cover of the DVD at least. So here's a nice little close-up. So mine did not come with the Topps card. It was advertised in the film wrap. Decent spine, very colorful. I always liked colorful stuff. Got a nice lime green logo. Home video logo. Strowman and Wyatt on the cover. Again, we're going back to classic Bray Wyatt from years ago. 164-minute runtime. So just under 3 hours. Then we got a shot of McIntyre with the WWE title. Only 7 matches on this card, so not the greatest pay-per-view, and probably will be the worst of the year. So we got Abandon All Hope, Ye Who Enters Here. So we had a swamp match for the Universal Championship. Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. Their match at, I think, Backlash was decent. But these guys, they just have a clash of styles, You can't really put two bigger guys together and expect, a decent match. Lime green disc art is really hard to look at. It looks good on camera here, but when you look at it closely, it just hurts your eyes. And it's really hard to look at the logo, so I'd probably suggest they find a different color to use here, or at least put some black shadow in where the white is, because this is very hard to look at. So, like I mentioned, Topps card with my copy anyway, and yeah, we're still in our cheapo eco. So for the card, I believe it was Kevin Owens and Murphy on the pre-show. And then we had 6 matches on the main card. Of course, we had a swamp fight. The first ever Wyatt swamp fight between Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. We had Sasha Banks versus Raw Women's Champion Asuka. Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler. And it was a match where I think Ziggler could, use weapons and whatnot, but McIntyre could not. And then the eye for an eye match, Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins. We also had Bayley versus Nikki Cross. Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro defeating New Day for the tag titles. Probably a bright spot on this show. So I'm pretty sure that's all the matches there. If I missed one, I apologize. It was supposed to be MVP and Apollo Crews for the US title, but like I mentioned, that did not happen, as card was subject to change. So overall, I like the packaging. The cover art looks well, but this was not a good show by any means. And SummerSlam, the pay-per-view after this, actually had a pretty good response to it in the Thunderdome. So let me know your thoughts on this, guys. If you picked it up, let me know in the comments section below. I know I'm about a week or so behind on this one, but it's been a busy couple of weeks for me. So if you have any suggestions or any video ideas you'd like to see me do, comment down below. As always, we'll talk to you later. Peace.